Happy New Year, everybody's. It's New Year's Eve here, but I know by the time this thing uploads, it'll probably be New Year's over there. That my words don't want to work. So I thought I'd get on here, do a whip and chat, wish everybody a Happy New Year, find out how everybody's Christmas was, see what's going on. So, update everybody. I've ordered a couple of splint rings because the occupational therapy can't make them. The splints she made me are for trigger fingers, and all they do is I wear them at night. They make my fingers very uncomfortable. They fall off. Then I have to find them in the covers and start all over again. So yeah, those have been delegated to the nightstand, and then they will soon go in the trash because they're just not what the doctor ordered. She tried. Bless her heart, she tried. But she even said she can't make a ring splint for the degree that I need. She was trying for this finger, which is the worst one I have, and she just can't do it for the degree of correction that I need, which is to fix this so that it's here, which would be where everybody else's is, and she just can't do it. So I've ordered one, should be here soon. Funny thing is I've been following the tracking because this one's coming from where did I order that one from? Because it's coming from overseas. And it was the cheapest one. It's sterling silver, but it's still, it was the cheapest one. I can't remember now. It was a long way away. Like someplace over in Russia. Excuse me. So I've been following the tracking, and it said it should be here by the 28th. Well, on the 28th, it was in Kansas City. Switching from UPS to USPS. It went from Kansas City, which is an hour-ish from here, to South Dakota. I kid you not. It went to South Dakota. And from there, that was the last tracking I checked last night. So, yeah, it's still going to be a few days. So, and the other one is still being made. And that one's from Arizona. So, I need, definitely she wanted me to order one for this finger and this finger. I need one for this finger, and will need one for this finger. So I need 4. I at some point will probably need one for this, and I'm gonna need one for all 9 fingers. I have 9 fingers, 8 fingers. I probably should get one for this thumb. This thumb's not so bad, but yeah. So I'm gonna be the girl with all the funky rings, and they're not cheap. And I'm gonna see if, since they're medically necessary, if Medicare will reimburse me, but I doubt they will. But you never know. I can always check. Least they can say is no. So the one that's coming from overseas is cheap, or inexpensive, but takes forever, and the cost of shipping offsets the fact that it was inexpensive. where I can get the one from Arizona for the same price with free shipping. So, you know, it's spit in one hand, wish in the other. You know what I mean? It's like, because, you know, the cost of shipping makes it the same price. And I think I just did that wrong. I think I made a mistake. I don't think that's all of those are supposed to be. Maybe they were. Because I'm not paying attention. Maybe that line was all that. Well, it's going to be all that anyway. So, yeah. What I like about Diamond Art Club, you can at least peek before they get settled in. I guess that line was all that. So I've ordered 2 rings that will fit the middle fingers. I need to re-measure for this guy and order that once I get paid. So, yeah, what they do is they straighten out this joint, and I'll still be able to bend it down. I'll still be able to bend this way, but it'll keep it from bending back down. It'll keep it from hyperextending, which is what it does. And what happens is with RA is the tendons that keep your finger straight like it's supposed to be slip off to the side, so they no longer hold it this way. They no longer hold it where it's supposed to be. They slip off. So, yeah. So, they can't fix it, but they can, at least keep it from maybe getting worse. So, that's what we're going to do. And so there's that. And there's this mole I've got on my face that's been there less than, I say 6 months. My sister says less than 4 months. I don't know. I just know it hasn't been there very long. I had a doctor appointment, and then we had really cold weather with snow and sub-zero temperatures, and they canceled my appointment because, nobody was in the office because they closed the office, which I understand. So when I rescheduled, they rescheduled it to the 25th, even though I told them, it's like, look, I've got this mole on my face and it's growing. They're like, well, you can, she's not got anything open until the 25th. I'm like, okay. So I went to the eye doctor for my checkup on I've got, what is it they called it? It's tension on my macular, it got a teeny tiny bit of macular degeneration, and then there's tension on the macular membrane that they're keeping an eye on. And yeah, so, because heaven forbid I go blind, because then I can't diamond paint. So I went for the checkup on that, and the eye doctor's looking at it, and he goes, have you had that spot on your face looked at? And I was like, well, I've got an appointment on the 25th, and he's even looking at it, and he goes, you need to have that looked at. So I called and made an appointment on the 9th with a different doctor. So you have to have that looked at, and, I don't know what she's going to tell me. She's probably going to tell me I have to go see a different doctor, and I'm like, gee. If she tells me I have to go see a specialist, it's like, where am I going to go see a specialist at? Because we don't have any specialists here in town. So, yeah. There's that. So, all the fun stuff. So, yeah. And, it didn't really bug me until now. It's like, it's just to the point where, it's, the mole itself is not in my line of sight, but there's like a scab on top of it that I can just barely see. So it bugs me. And it gets dryer or blanket fuzz in it. Which sounds really weird. Excuse me, I had to get a drink. Sounds really, really weird to say it gets blanket fuzz in it. But it's got this weird little scabby thing on the top of it that gets fuzz in it. So, yeah. So, anyway, I mean, I feel like I've got like a witch's wart on my face. So, it's weird. So, I think that's it for medical issues. It's like, I don't need more medical issues. I really, really don't. I have enough, thank you. There's enough on my plate. So, but diamond painting wise, I have this square and this square left on this stripe, and I have 7 inches left to do, and this one will be done. I don't know where I'm going to hang it. I know we're having issues with getting Maleficent into the magnetic frames because she's so heavy that she slipped out. So, and that's even with the staples. Well, we didn't get it stapled right, I don't think. So we're going to try gluing her in and then stapling her in, and so she's really solid. So we're going to do that, I think, today after we clean out the car and go to Walmart. So, there's that. I don't know. I mean, I'd kind of like to hang it maybe in the living room, but what I might do is just maybe fold in the sides and maybe paint the I don't know. I may just leave it like this, like it is, and just tack it up on the wall. I don't know. Because if Maleficent is too heavy for the magnetic frames, this is bigger than Maleficent was. Not by a whole lot, but a little bit. I don't know. Maleficent was 120 by 70. Hang on. Let me look. Maleficent may have been bigger. Do. Maleficent was... It does not say. 70 by 80. And this is 98 by 70. So... roughly 98, 80. So this one's a little bit bigger. So, yeah. And look in the logbook. What are you grumbling at? Miss Barky Butt. I swear she has been barking at every little noise lately, and I don't know what tonight's going to do, because she does not like fireworks. or gunshots or fire, sirens, especially when they stop at the corner, because that's what, when an ambulance comes here, they stop at, they turn their siren off at the corner. That's what they've been told to do, because that way it doesn't alert everybody in the building. Just those of us in the hysterical side. I'm sorry you guys are bouncing so much. I just can't seem to find a good place to hook the tripod onto that doesn't keep you from doesn't bounce you around so much. So anyway, but yeah, they stop at the corner, and which is fine for everybody on the new side, most everybody on the new side. But the corner is right outside my window, so I hear them. And of course the circle drive is right outside my bedroom window, so Maddie, in the middle of the night is, of course, alerted to them. So I am alerted to them. That is not going in there. Or did it? Somebody's not in there, right? Okay. So, anyway. So, yeah. And, of course, then nowadays we have the 8 o'clock bark, because somebody's always coming in 7:30, 8-ish, 8:30 at night. And she has to get up. She puts her she gets up on the bed, and she's usually on the bed at that point anyway. If you see smoke, don't call 911. I'm not in need of putting out. There's no fire. Which reminds me, I need to tell you another story here in a minute. But to continue the 8 o'clock bark thing, she's on the bed, and then she can put her, from the bed, she can get her front feet on the windowsill. There's, maybe I'd say a foot between my bed and the window. So she can get up, and put her front feet on the windowsill, and nose the blinds out of the way, and look out and bark at whoever's coming in and tell them, how dare they come in so late? They're not supposed to be out so late. They're after, their curfew's up. Of course, Maddie is apparently in charge of the curfew. I don't know. So some people think it's funny. Some people are, I'm sure it annoys other people that, the dog is barking at them when they're coming in, but, that's what it is. So, but yeah, I call it the 8 o'clock bark, because, it's almost like clockwork that somebody is coming in around 8 o'clock at night. Because usually by 8 o'clock at night, I'm in my room. Wasn't last night. I didn't go to bed till almost 10, which is unlike me. But I got to play in Minesweeper on the computer, and it's just, one more game. I can beat this level. One more game. Yeah, it kept blowing up. I can beat all the mini levels. Once in a while, I can beat the expert level. So, anyway, now onto the smoke thing. So, a while back, I don't know if I told you this or not, my smoke alarms started going off intermittently, and to shut them off, you had to have two people shut push the buttons simultaneously, and they would reset for 5, maybe 10 minutes, and then they'd go off again. And they're hardwired, so I had to spend the night. I tried to call my sister to come up because they went off again in the middle of the night, and so I tried to call my sister, and she had gone to bed and gone to sleep, so she did not hear me calling. So I wound up having to go in my room and close the door, and poor Maddie, and the smoke detector, smoke alarm's going off. But tried to get some sleep because there was nothing we could do, because I'm not two people. I can't shut them off at the same time. So the other day, they took one of them down and took it with them. So I only had, the apartments have 3. And so I only had 2. So the other day, they started going off again, just intermittently. Didn't need 2 people to shut them off, just needed 1, because, for some reason, it happened when my sister was up here, and we were all prepared to, 1 in here, 1 in the bedroom. We were going to shut them off that way. Well, we tried, just 1, and just pushing 1 button worked, so, okay, great. We were prepared to just deal with it that way. While I was doing something, she went to tell the maintenance guy, or that they were doing it again, and he came up with his ladder, and he was gonna, he brought me a long pole so I wouldn't have to get up on the step stool all the time, because I got 14-foot ceilings. So you have to get up on a step stool and have a long pole, and, even then it's a stretch, and he was worried about me falling off the step stool. So he brought me this really long extendable pole, which I couldn't get to stay extended. Now I can't get the damn thing to unextend. So, yeah. So, anyway. They called, and they were supposed to come. They came yesterday, so they were supposed to come Wednesday. They didn't show up Wednesday. I waited all day for them. And then they finally showed up Wednesday or Thursday after, it was 4:30, almost 5 when they finally showed up. So I waited all day Thursday for them too. And their fix on the situation was to take them both down and take them with them. So I have no smoke detectors at the moment. They're supposed to be bringing me the kind that, just have the 9-volt battery that don't plug into the electrical system. So at some point I'll be getting those kind of smoke detectors, but Lord knows when. I have to talk to Tina about that and find out, okay, when am I getting the other kind of smoke detectors, because I have none, and, that's against the law, big time. So, yeah, have to be very careful. So, yeah, that's that story. It's like, not only, well, the smoke detectors were 15 years old. They were as old as the apartments. Not as old as the building, but as old as the apartments. Okay, smoke detectors are supposed to be replaced after at least 10 years. Or at the most. These were 5 years out of date. The entire building, the smoke detectors are 5 years out of date. The management company or the people that own this building know that the smoke detectors are 5 years out of date. They don't want to replace them because it's going to cost them money. Because the way that they're wired in, because they're so old, they don't make those anymore. So the wiring is going to have to change, or at least the way the plug is, because these are offset, and the way they make them now are not offset. They're in line, if that makes any sense to y'all. It's like the plugs for these are like, like a 3-pronged plug, like that. And they don't make them like that anymore. They're all inline. So, yeah. So they don't want to have to change them. But they're all out of date. So they're going to have to do something, to get it up to code. Because right now, just one phone call to the fire marshal gets them, the building's out of code, then we all have to move. So I don't want to rock that boat because, I don't want to move. I like my apartment. And so, yeah. Number one, you can't find an apartment like this that's as nice as this because, you guys have seen my apartment. I've shown you my apartment. For the rent that I pay, I mean, my rent is $349 a month. You don't find an apartment like this for $349. You just don't. Not with all the amenities we have, and in a secure building. I mean, you have to have a key fob to get in, or you have to be buzzed in, and you just don't find that anywhere. And if I move, I don't know that I would stay in Sedalia, because, yeah, the only thing keeping me here is my sister. And if she has to move, she'd be moving probably to a Dottie house on her daughter's property. Because I don't see her moving to another apartment. But, it is what it is. So I have to find out on Tuesday when they come in what they're going to do about my smoke detector issue. So, yeah. So there's that. So, the fun stuff of my life lately. It's been fun. So, but, so what did y'all have good Christmases? Did you, I had a really nice Christmas. We went out to my niece's on Christmas Eve and spent it with her and her husband and my great niece and great nephews and their dogs. I would say their cats but their cats stayed hidden. I saw one cat on my great niece's bed, but I didn't get to pet them. But I got down on the floor and played with the dogs and the kids and, had a good time. My youngest great nephew is still warming up to me because I don't see him a great lot. Only when he's over at my sister's. So he's not gotten used to me yet. And he and I were, we're kind of sort of playing catch with a pillow. I would throw it kind of at him, not hard, but just kind of throw it at him, and he would more or less bring it back to me and toss it at me. It was fun, but we were having a good time. So, the little rainbow dragon Z that I did was for his room. It went over really well. I guess you would call him my nephew-in-law. I just call him my nephew. Immediately took it and hung it up in his room. They have done his room in dragons, so it went over really well. They had no clue about it. The only one in the family that knew about it besides my sister was my great niece, and she had kept it secret, which was cool. So, and my nephew came out and he goes, "How long did it take you to do that?" And I'm like, "I honestly do not keep track." It's like, I just do them. It's like, sometimes I will write down the date that I start them. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I forget to do that. So, but, yeah. So, it's like, I enjoy doing it, so I don't really keep track of my time. I mean, Maleficent, I know that she took me a month and a half, but, it wasn't a month and a half straight. That is not the right color. Get out of there. That guy got in the wrong bin. So, you put it down and then you put the next one to it, and it's like, oop, that don't go there. So, but yeah, spent Christmas Eve with them. We only did gifts for the kids, so the kids gave gifts to me and my sister. We exchanged gifts with them. I got a really nice nightgown that's what we used to call flannel is now that real fleecy stuff, really soft and really warm, and it has pockets. I love that it has pockets. And I got a pair of slippers that I practically live in, unless I have to go out, and then I have to put my boots on. So today I have my boots on because today we are cleaning out my car, so that I start off the new year with a clean car. And I have to go to Walmart. Ugh. So there's that. And then Christmas Day, I spent down at my sister's downstairs. I was up and down a lot, because it's like, yep, need this, and then need that, and then I had to walk Maddie, and then I had to, so it's up and down, up and down, up and down, which is fine. Got a lot of steps in. So, I'm having a lot of issues with several colors where they're stuck back to back. Some of them will come apart real easy, and some of them won't. Some of them just like to stay back to back. And I know Shay, is it Crafting with Shay? I can't remember. What's her channel name? She's in Texas. It said that she has a lot of problem with the round ones from Diamond Art Club doing that. Had never seen anybody have an issue with the square ones. Well, you guys know me. I don't do rounds very often. In fact, hardly at all. I just prefer the squares. And I mean, there's some colors in here that, and I would say that it's mostly the dark ones, but there's some of the light ones that are like that. This is a newer kit, so I'm guessing it's something to do with the way they're manufacturing them. This color's not so bad, but which one was it? There's one that's really, really bad. That, you know, I pour them out and it's like I get a whole bunch of them that are back to back, that are stuck together back to back, and they do not come apart. Or at least I've not worked with them to really get them apart. I know you can put them in a pill bottle with some quarters and shake them apart, and that way I haven't done that yet. So far I've been able to get enough that are not stuck together, so I've not really messed with it yet, but it's an issue that I need to send a message to Diamond Art Club about once I'm done with this. And oops, I wasn't done with that row. So, but anyways, so, but yeah, my sister got me a really neat sweatshirt that's got pockets. It's not a hoodie, but it's a very long sweatshirt. It could practically be a dress, and it's got pockets. And she got me a mat for my kitchen, one of those that's, you know, anti-fatigue for your feet and legs. She got me one of those, and she got me the newest Jurassic Park movie because she knows I love those. And she got me all sorts of stuff. She got me, oh, I had never seen this before. This is still on my desk, so I can show you this. Is moon pie cotton candy. Came with two little moon pies on the top, but I've already eaten those. And I'm, you know, slowly working on the cotton candy because, you know, I want to savor that. I've given a little bit to Maddie, and it's funny to watch her because she puts it in her mouth, and she kind of does the little, and it's gone, and she's like, "Wait a minute, you gave me something, but where did it go?" So it's funny to watch her. But what else did she give me? Oh, she gave me a charger for my Fitbit because my charger went wonky. And she gave me a mouse for my laptop because I didn't have a mouse for my laptop. And she gave me a thumb drive because I didn't have one of those, because there's a lot of things that we have to do that, you know, require forms filled out and printed off, and it's just easier to fill them out and then put them on the thumb drive and take them downstairs and print them off instead of me having to get ink from my printer. So I can fill the forms out on my computer, load them to my thumb drive, but I didn't have a thumb drive to do this on, so she got me a thumb drive. She got me all sorts of stuff, and all I got her was a sloth tumbler and a ring holder. I feel like she got slighted, but the blanket hoodie thing that I ordered didn't get here, and I don't know if it's gonna. I keep hoping. But you know, it might get here in the summer when she doesn't need it. But I told her about it. I told her, it's like, you know, the one thing that didn't get here. She's like, I saw those and I thought about ordering one for you. I'm like, well, I ordered one for you. It's just not here yet. So I got a drill stuck in the corner of my tray. It's really stuck. It was wedged in there. And I'm a little anal retentive. I have to use them all before I can put more in my tray. I'm a little OCD about some things. And sometimes it seems like it gets worse every year. So, and then we exchanged our gifts early so that, it didn't feel like we didn't make our guests feel like they were beholden to get us anything or anything like that. So we made dinner we had ribs and baked potatoes and my sister makes these really awesome baked beans with sausage in them. They're so good. And we had corn and biscuits, and it was a really awesome dinner. We had a couple of ladies that live in the building over that wouldn't have had Christmas with anybody if we had, well, Sandy, we always have Sandy for dinner, but Mary Catherine wouldn't have had somebody to have Christmas with, so we invited her to come with us, come over, and we did that, and we gave them each a blanket and just some little stuff like that, and just because it's Christmas. So, but yeah, it was a good day. We had a good time. Nobody was in a hurry to leave, and had a good time talking, and so yeah, we had a really good Christmas, and hoping that 2023 is a good year. I've had some ups and downs in the last couple, so anyway, but I'm hoping y'all have a really good new year. So lots of diamond painting and time spent with family and friends that's good and happy, and so how long have we been going here, guys? I don't know, I can't see. It's too bright in here. But anyways, I don't really have much more to say. I just, wanted to check in with you and let you know about my Christmas and ask about yours and see how y'all are doing, and make sure that everybody's healthy and happy and going into the new year with happy hearts. And so I'm going to sign off here and get this working on uploading, but wanted to wish y'all a very happy new year from me and Maddie, who amazingly has not barked at all through this. So, at least I don't think she has. So, anyway, I hope you all have a happy new year and stay safe. And we'll talk to you next year. Love y'all. If you like this, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, would love to have you in my rabbit hutch. Bye, everybody's.